How many people are dying of COVID-19 in the UK? It's a depressing question. I'm afraid the answer is quite complicated. And to get a sense of why, have a look at what's happening in care homes around the country. This shows you the average level of deaths each week of the year, going back 5 years in care homes in England and Wales. And you can see what's happened so far this year. An extraordinary increase, unprecedented increase in the number of people dying. But have a look at the reasons. The official death certificates actually only put COVID-19 on 3,000 of the 10,000 excess deaths that we've had since earlier on in March. There are about 6,600 deaths which just don't have an explanation at all, on top of COVID-19, on top of the average. So a lot of people are dying and we don't really have an explanation for why. It could be COVID-19, it could be something else entirely, it could be the effects of the lockdown. We just don't really know at the moment. And it's the same story as well when you look across the country, across England and Wales in particular, at all deaths. It's the same kind of line we see. This is all deaths in all places, all people of all ages. 27,000 excess deaths since March the 13th. But again, not all of them put down to COVID-19. COVID-19 only contributes 19,000 of that total. On top of that, you have an extra 8,000 excess deaths. A lot of people dying, again, no explanation for it. It's very concerning indeed, and that's why it's worth focusing on this overall mortality numbers. They are terrifying figures, 22,351 in that latest week, the week beginning Easter Monday, which if I put these dots out, these dots show you every single week going all the way back to the 1970s. That is comfortably the highest number we've ever seen for weekly deaths. A terrifying, awful, depressing number of deaths. But it is worth saying, you know, the population has got bigger since then. So I'll just adjust this for population size, and it's a slightly different story. Again, those dots come on. This is weekly deaths per 100,000 people. Here's where we are at the moment. So 37.3 deaths per 100,000 in that latest week. That's not actually the highest. There was a higher number of people who died per 100,000 per capita back in the first week of 1970. That's the end of the Hong Kong flu, that last major epidemic to affect the UK. But here's the key difference. That, as you can see, was in winter, whereas what's happening now is in the spring. It really is unprecedented and deeply worrying.